Jack Maxey gives me.
Steve, here's the thing. Here's the tell in all of this, right? If the FBI had this for over a year, right, as we've been told, or just under a year, rather, money laundering, where's the counterintelligence investigation? You can open a counterintelligence investigation right now. And when national security is on the line, that's not something you put off. That's not something, no, you interview Tony Bobolinsky on day one. You go in and you talk to him, you say, who were the agents? Who were the contacts? Will you give us access to your phone? You go and get a subpoena for that phone. That's the first person you talk to is Tony Bobolinsky, the guy who walked away. The fact that that wasn't done shows you that this is a bunch of CYA. Why didn't they interview him until he came out publicly?
One year ago, the FBI had access to a hard drive that had Hunter Biden saying, I'm in business with, and my partner is the spy chief of the Chinese Communist Party. The FBI had that. Wray, money launder that. Dude, your career is done. You're finished. The only argument is the hardcore Trump guys want your head on a pike today. The maybe the more rational want it after voting closes on Tuesday, although I think they missed the point. We have to have a forcing function. I got a forcing function. Call Wray and say, hey, why don't you come over for a Diet Coke this afternoon?
Come in the Oval.
Come in the Oval and have a Diet Coke. I'm going to press the red button. Get you a couple of cold Cokes, right? Let's have a Diet Coke. And I've got a little index card and I got 10 questions on it, right? Got 10 questions on it. Now, the hardcores will say at the end of the 10 questions, you tell him you don't need to go back to FBI headquarters. I'm going to have your shit boxed up and sent to your house, right? It's boxed up and sent to your house. You don't agree with that?
Another fine.
You can't swear, Steve.
Oh, what'd I say?
The S word.
Box up your what?
Oh, I did say that? Okay, God. I want to apologize.
We need an Irish jar in here.
No. So, chop block. Okay,
Eric swear.
Where's my Ghana casket here? Right, I'm about to get walked out of here. No, but this is my point. This is a misdirection play, ladies and gentlemen. You come to the war room to get the real deal. Last night, and I have tremendous respect from James Rosen. That's misdirection, money laundering. Posobiec is a naval intelligence officer that speaks perfect Mandarin. Why? Because he follows the Chinese Communist Party, what China's doing. He knows this is an influence operation, massive, come from decades, with Tiger Yang in charge of it. They've captured, this is called elite capture. This is the British East India Company model of how you go in and capture the elites, and with a handful of guys you run the deal. We are a tributary state to China. We ship them raw materials. We ship them soybeans and pork bellies and raw material and lumber and natural gas and all this other stuff. Nothing that has anything up the production value add change except some high-end chips, right? Besides that, it's just raw materials. That's why we have a structural $500 to $600 billion a trade deficit year in and year out until you bring the jobs back. Okay, that's the structure of the world's economy. They want to keep it like that. In the apparatus wants to keep it like that because the slave labor of China, in no regard for their environment, the environment's just a dumping ground, right? Go ahead, jump in here. Don't be shy. By the way, the guy
Hunter Biden.
I'm getting so much audience negative feedback on cutting you guys off.
Hunter Biden was a Navy officer. How can you be a Navy officer with this level of ties to foreign organizations, foreign oligarchs?
Don't get
this
Jack
level
Maxey
of financial
going. Don't get
ties.
Jack Maxey
How
going
can
on
you be in the? Where was NCIS? Where was NCIS on this? They should have been the first ones in line. I'm working with the spy chief of China. Yeah, that's what we call a clue. We call that a clue, right? So we found a clue, a pretty big smoking clue right here. Hey, NCIS, maybe you guys can stop messing around with, like, petty officer, whatever.
For all the Democrats, you have to understand, this is going to not just lead to an impeachment. There's going to be a special prosecutor on this. There will be a special prosecutor picked on this.
Schmuckatelli.
So you guys got to understand. Yeah, Seamus Schmuckatelli. You have to understand there's going to be a special prosecutor. So win, lose, or draw, there's going to be a special prosecutor. And Devin Archer and Chris Hines and all the other names we're dumping out here day in and day out. Bobolinsky's coming forward to try to, clean his skirts, right? And he seems like a decent, honest guy, particularly if you look at the, he's coming forward. Hey, I talked to the FBI.
He's nothing to gain from this.
Nothing to gain from this. So he's being a patriot, as a naval officer should be. So, but this is where you can't take the excuse. The apparatus closed ranks to protect Biden. That being said, this stuff was not that hard to find. It's all out there. It's open secret. They've been in business all over the world. Where's the Oppo department of Bernie Sanders? Where's the Oppo department of Pocahontas? Pocahontas, you want to be Secretary of Treasury? 20% of what Treasury does is intel. Is that not correct, Mr. Posobiec? Knowing the SWIFT system, knowing where the cash is going all over the world?
Treasury has a fantastic intel department. With the tracking, what they do, following the money, looking at the SWIFT system, they absolutely know where to go in on all this stuff.
Do you think Treasury knows where this dough's been going back and forth to these guys?
If they've got something open, the question is, and it's what you just said, why don't we even talk about it? Right? Just say it. The Bidens were protected. The Bidens were protected up and down the line, from Treasury, from FBI, from NCIS. When they saw the Biden name, they looked the other way.
Putting the swamp on is too cute a term. This is a permanent political class in an administrative state that we have to hit the blowtorch to, right? This is systemic, right? This is systemic.
This is Woodrow Wilson. It was his dream. It was his dream. He wanted to set up the German system of an organic state that would run on its own without going back to Claremont here, right?
God,
this is the organic state.
No secret handshakes.
No Congress. No White House. The organic state. That's Wilson. This was designed.
This changed Andrew Breitbart. Andrew Breitbart came back from Claremont. All he talked about was the Frankfurt School. Okay,
Frankfurt School.
Let's crank up the music. We're going to